Hey everybody, long time no see. I haven't had a camera for a while, it's sort of been the problem. So maybe I'll make a bunch of videos lately to share with you on some new developments. Anyways, I want to talk about the Octagram. The Octagram is something I've been working on for a while and trying to figure out. And I feel confident I have finally figured out the matrix for the Octagram. The Octagram is this little packet which I'll talk to you a little bit more about. The Octagram is this symbol right up there, and I just uncovered a 8x9 matrix, which means 72, which relates to like the 72 demons, or the 72 angels, however you see it, because there's really polarization too. And it's an 8x9 matrix. It's an 8x3 ratio. It means there's 8 points on the Octagram, and every winding skips every 3. So it's an 8-3 ratio. And the Octagram is something I've been working on for a while. There's a little bit of a story behind it, and I want to share about that in terms of the synchronicities behind it. Before anything, I'll mention, being there's 72 steps in this matrix. It's made out of 3 oscillations of the Fibonacci sequence. So there's 3 pulses going in, and so how it actually looks when you look at the Octagram coil at the top, it fires perfectly at 8 in a row, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because there's 3 pulses and it goes every 8x3. So it pulses in 8 times nicely in a circle. So, Tesla Tech. I was at Tesla Tech this summer, and I was invited by Marco Rodin, along with Jack Skoltz and Randy Powell, Greg Volk, and Richard Moser. I think those were the gist of this. Oh, and Fried was there, the lovely Fried Khan. If you guys haven't met him yet, he's a great guy. He's currently by Marco's side. Fried's from Germany. Love you, Fried. And so we're at the conference. It just ended. Marco did this big monologue speech, and that was pretty cool. With people I just named, like our private group, sort of, and the Vortex math. And after that, like, I had like a light bulb went off in my head. So I had to do with Marco's monologue, and in that light bulb, it was just seeing a ratio. Actually, not exactly related to the Octagram, but it made me discover the Octagram. It's just a sequence of steps. And I ended up sitting down the lobby of the hotel, the Marriott, and we were about to leave to go to this off-the-grid house up in the hills of Albuquerque that overlooked the city of Albuquerque. And I'm sitting on the floor in the hotel, my back pressed up against one of the pillars, working on my little netbook. And GeoGebra open, and I was playing with all the star configurations that eight points can make. And 3 of them came up that were of interest, the 3 potentials. And one of them caught my eye a little bit more in terms of like the math, when I started playing around with the numbers with it quickly. And my friend's like, Tyler, you guys know Tyler, he's part of the, he's UMMC Core or something on YouTube. Tyler was there. Tyler was a big part while I was at Tesla Tech. And he looks at it, he's like, wait, go back to the other one. And he points at the Octagram, the one I showed you. And he's like, oh man, check this out. And he pulls out his cell phone, and he says, I went to LA Union Station, Los Angeles. And I was thinking the first thing when I went in there, what would stand out? You know, there shouldn't be something that usually stands out in terms of, you know, maybe sacred geometry. And there was. He came up to us, there was a statue, and he came in, and at the bottom of the statue was this little image of an octagram. And he took a picture of it with his cell phone, and he sent it to Marco. And he went and sat down on a bench, and he looked up, and there was a magazine stand of Church of Latter-day Saints, and it said, "This is all you need to know." And I was like, whoa, that's an interesting little synchronicity. And I was like, I started playing around with the Octagram more, and I was like, actually, there's some really interesting math in here, and it really like stood out. I was like, oh man, this has some huge potentials. And I run outside, and Marco is loading the van at the moment. And I'm like, Marco, take a look at this. And I show him a picture of the Octagram, and he just starts laughing at me. And I was like, what? It didn't make any sense, but he was just laughing at me. He started grabbing me hard by the arm and drags me back inside. I was super confused. I didn't know why he was laughing. And he pulls me back into the hotel. And right where I was sitting on the floor, in the center of the lobby, was the octagram tiled into the floor of the lobby. And what's interesting is the octagram is the vortex flow for a pyramid. You have one pyramid below and then one pyramid above it, but turned out of phase, so it gives you 8 points, just 8 points in the octagram. It's the boundary layer between two pyramids pointing at each other. And it just happens that the Marriott in Albuquerque we're staying at is called the Marriott Pyramid, and it's shaped like, sort of like a pyramid. So there's a few synchronicities, boom, 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 all coming together right there. Telling me like the octagram, Greg, it's big, it's really big, and I'm finally comfortable with the matrix that describes it. And there's 3 pulses going in it. And when set up with 3 pulses, it'll create a nice synchronistic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pulsing around it. You create a vortex. And yeah, so that's my story. Take a look at the image I'm posting with this video. I also just want to mention on vortexspace.org, which is really taking off. It's a wiki for us vortex mathematicians. Under my personal VX space, Gregor Arturo, I have a few different pages up detailing information. One, vortex mechanics. One that is this VBM, vortex-based mathematics, matrix and coil overview. I have about 10 different coils in here, going from a 3x3 matrix all the way up to, I think the largest is a 24x24 matrix, which is the Rodin coil. I have things for the pentacle, the hexagram, we got the triquetera, we have hexagons, heptagrams, hexagonal rings, the Abha coil. There's a bunch, and I also lay out the base concepts from the oscillations and sequences. And so take a look at that. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I was able to organize all those thoughts down into this little packet, which I printed off too when you can study. I really recommend you study these matrices and see how energy likes to flow. But yeah, vortexspace.org, I will post the link in this post. Go take a look at that, and I hope the rest of reality is treating you good. I know it's not treating everyone so good right now. There's a lot of negativity out there, so let's counteract it with some really compressed positivity. There's a lot, negativity elsewhere, which means there'll always be a little bit of really intense, concentrated positivity. So let's take up on that intense, concentrated positivity. Namaste, my friends. Can't reach the button. Can't reach the button. Oh, there we go. Bye-bye.